You've got to begin to take a look at your life and look at where are you right now? What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? What gives your life a sense of fulfillment, a sense of joy? What is it that you could love doing 7 days a week? See, you don't get in life what you want, ladies and gentlemen. You get in life what you are, not what you want. See, the good news is that we can always become more by working to develop ourselves. Think about that.
We don't need faith to direct us when everything falls into place. We need faith to sustain us when all hell is breaking loose. I don't need you to tell me how to act when I get healed. I need to teach me how to survive when I don't get healed. I don't need you to tell me how to shout when I got a new job, a new house, a new car. I got enough sense to be happy when things go right, but teach me how to be happy when all hell is breaking loose. Things that get bad instead of better. Teach me how to stand when it's raining down on my face, and tell me how to keep trusting God when he says no. You know what I thought to myself? I thought I would hate to live and die and never know what would happen if I ever committed myself to anything. Some people have never thrown their whole self at nothing. Not at school, not at work. You've had 1 foot in and 1 foot out of every dream all of your life, and you've never seen what you could be if you ever really connected and threw everything. When you ask God for something, quit tripping. He got it from him. Well, Lord, if I could just stay with him a little bit longer. Maybe you don't need him. Maybe he the reason you ain't got nothing now. Well, I don't want to leave him because I've been with him 8 years. Well, hold up. Whoa. You want 8 more years of this? The only reason I'm telling you this, because this is how I made it. I just do me. I stay uniquely who I am because you are okay just the way you are. Because God made you uniquely who you are. He wanted you to be just like you are. And to the positive, once you get that mentality, you can listen to a person talk a few minutes and either it feeds you or it doesn't. And you learn sooner or later that things that don't feed you, you don't spend time fooling with it, because it is counterproductive to where you're trying to go. You don't argue with people. You stop arguing with people. You just move aside and go on in your own direction because you finally got it on the right road and you don't want anything to blow you off course. And now that you've got your focus, you want to be able to maintain your focus and keep moving forward. Likewise, failing has a pathology. You can get in around failing people and have failing circumstances and listen to negative talking, and after a while you find yourself unable to get back up again because not only are you down, but what is worse is your environment is down and everybody who's talking to you is talking down, and you develop a mentality built around your condition.
The greatest enemy of success is the fear of failure. Some people are afraid to pursue their success because they believe they might fail, and so they don't try to do something new. Success is the potential destiny of all created things. Every seed has a tree in it, and the potential success of that tree is in that seed. And that's the way you are. Whatever you were born to do and be is in you now, and the success of your life depends on you becoming all that is trapped inside of you. The third thing about success is important is to define it. What is success? And that is, success is the completion and the fulfillment for your existence. Success is the completion and the successful fulfillment of the purpose for your existence. Success is not making a lot of money. Success is not having a big house with a car by a lake. Success is not having a lot of friends and a lot of accolades and a lot of plaques on the wall. Success is really very, very simple. It's you discovering your purpose and then completing it before you die. Success is not measured by what you've done compared to what others have done. And this is very important because sometimes we compete with other people, and because we do better than them, we think we are successful. Success is not outwitting or outclassing other people. You can always find somebody less than you, so you think you are successful. Therefore, success should not be measured by what you've done compared to what others have done. Then how do you measure success? Here's how you measure it. Success is measured by what you've done compared to what you should and could have done.
Put God First, everything that I have is by the grace of God. Understand that.
You owe him a level of commitment beyond all others.
God didn't bring you in this world to be average. God didn't bring you in this world to wake up and die one day and just be another person that lived and died and didn't do anything significant in this world.
Take ownership. Take extreme ownership. Don't make excuses. Don't blame any other person or any other thing. Don't hide your delicate pride from the truth. Everyone took ownership of their mistakes. Everyone took ownership of the problems. Take ownership of your job, of your future, and take ownership of your life. And lead. Lead yourself and your team and the people in your life. Lead them all to victory.
The confident man or woman is someone we all admire, someone we all want to emulate, and rightly so. Confidence has to do with inspiring trust, which you can only do by having faith in other people. Confidence enables you to walk into a room full of strangers and converse with anyone without fear. It makes the strangers in that room think, here is someone I not only can talk to, here's someone I want to talk to. An ill-at-ease person makes everyone around him ill-at-ease. Feeling right makes others feel right, and they in turn give back what's inside them, the very confidence that you give out.
Because it's not like you don't have a dream for your life. It's not like you don't have a desire. In fact, some of you, it's not that you don't even have faith in God. Your problem is every time you step out, you have yoked yourself up to people that you have no business being yoked up to, and your life is going in zigzags. Why is it I'm back here again, this time like I was last year? I should have overcome that. I should be further. I should be stronger.
Everything you're going through is preparing you for what you asked God for. You just got to quit tripping while you're in the process, because the process is necessary. You may not see it now, but when he gets you on the other side of it, you're going to see exactly why it went that way, and you're going to be okay with it.
Anybody who's not ever willing to risk will never do very much. And in all probability, you'll end up being quite bored with your life. A couple things that I said last night that I don't want you to forget is walking by faith is taking step one before you know what step two is. After a few times, you get a little more used to it and it's not quite as scary, but taking a step of faith is stepping out to do something when you don't know how it will be provided for.
To grow up at all means that you have certain kinds of vital equipment that are necessary to survive in this tough, technical, highly developed world of ours. What are your strong points? They have to be there or you wouldn't have made it this far. Chances are you not only have a personal strength, a gift or talent or real ability that should be a source of pride and give you real confidence, but it's something you take so for granted that you don't realize what it's worth. Your talent and skill is what you take for granted and maybe don't value enough.
Do you realize the percentage chance of you being born when you were born to do what you do, and you're going to walk around in self-doubt trying to figure out if God chose you? You ought to know God chose you. You ought to believe God chose you, and you ought to go through your life with your head held high no matter what is in your bank account, because I'm chosen.
That once a person's mind is expanded with an idea, it can never be satisfied to going back to where it was. So some of you are going to experience a breakthrough. Some of you are going to go back and look at your dreams and brush them off. Whatever goal that you have in mind, I want that to be a goal that will challenge you, something that will make you stretch. What is it that you looked at some point in time and you decided that you couldn't do it, that you talk yourself out of it? Whatever it is, bring it back out there. How you're going to do it, that will come to you in due time.
Confidence is the right note, and other people's confidence is the sympathetic vibration. It's confidence that makes people want to believe what you say to them, want to accept you as you present yourself. But confidence is more than something that passes between two individuals on their way through the day or through their lives. Confidence is the entire basis of social order.
If your friends judge you for being real, they're not true friends. A true friend will accept you for who you are, faults, weaknesses, shortcomings, and all. And people that judge you are not being honest with themselves. They're just wearing their mask, hoping that you don't notice. Everybody is dealing with something. There are no perfect people. But we live in a society that stresses image. It tells us if we don't have it all together, if you don't wear the latest, drive the latest, then you're less than. This creates all kinds of pretending, trying to impress. And that may feel strong, but in fact, it's weak. If you can't be honest with yourself, if you have to hide your struggles, act a certain way to keep up your image, that's going to keep you from your full potential. God is not looking for the ideal you, the pretend you, the future you. He's looking for the real you.
To commit means to put your body and soul into something. To offer your life as a sacrifice means that you're willing to make a bargain with fate. And the bargain is, I'm going to act as if I give it my all, then the best possible thing will happen because of that. And it has to be an act of faith, because how are you going to know? You can look at other people, but that isn't going to do it. It's a decision. That's the covenant. Right? It's a decision about how to live in the world, because the evidence can't be there before you make the decision.
You can never shine trying to sit on someone else's sun. You can never figure out who you are if you're consumed in everything that everybody else is and what they're doing and the moves that they're making. There is a saying that you have to fake it until you make it. Most of y'all have been faking it for so long, you're never gonna make it. Most of y'all have been faking it so long, you now believe your own tricks. Most of y'all have been living a lie for so long that you believe your own lies, because you're trying to chase someone else's life, all while ignoring your own life and your own path, all while ignoring what God has in mind for you.
There are three areas which we have to talk about before you're ready to add confidence to the other building blocks of your unshakable character. Those three are, first, seeing how you can derive confidence from that formal education and training you've received and the characteristics of your teachers and mentors. Second, drawing confidence from the challenges and experiences you've had in all areas of your life and the success you've had in dealing with them. And third, developing the quality of inspiring confidence by uncovering your own confidence in who you are and how you were raised.
Fear, it's going to be overwhelming, but I'm telling you, you close your eyes at night and you go to bed and fear, it's overwhelming, but I'm telling you, if there's just a hint of faith, some of you are waiting for great faith. You don't need great faith. Fear creates mountains, faith removes mountains.
It's not what you are that holds you back. It's what you think that you are not. That's what holds you back. You cannot always control circumstances, but you can always control your own thoughts. Nothing changes until your mind changes. Information does not bring transformation. Conversion does.
And the question is, if you die today, what ideas, what dreams, what abilities, what talents, what gifts will die with you?
There's no such thing as try. So most people like to use that language. They don't want to commit themselves because commitment means, among many things, no excuse is acceptable. That's what it means. No excuse. That if you decided that you're going to do this, if it becomes hard, then do it hard. If it's difficult, so what? If it's inconvenient, so what? See, a lot of people made a commitment to come here tonight, but they looked outside and said, it's raining. And that's how people do about their dreams. They don't honor their commitment to themselves. Let me tell you what happens when you don't keep your commitment. Number one, it begins to deplete your self-esteem and it erodes your self-image. The other thing is that you begin to develop weak relationships with people. People begin to realize they can't depend upon you. They can't rely on you because you won't keep your word. You've established that kind of reputation. Just think, what would your life be like if you decided to keep your commitments? That we decided to do the things that we said that we were going to do.
You become a leader when you impact the actions of humans. And what makes you a leader is when you develop certain attitudes that when they are expressed, those attitudes inspire other people to cooperate with you. The capacity to lead and the ability to lead resides in every human. However, most of them will die as followers. I believe that trapped in every follower is a hidden leader.
So confidence is not some little thing. It's a powerful force that can grow in power and flourish, if given the right environment. A truly confident person's belief in himself is strong enough so that he's able to believe in others. Conversely, distrust in yourself breeds distrust in everyone you meet. A confident person gives you confidence. She creates confidence in others. The strength of her character makes you a stronger character. The question for us here is, how do you and I develop confidence? How do I learn to believe in myself so that others will believe in me too? You can't inspire confidence or feel confident in yourself if you can't feel confidence in others.
Every decision that you make has consequences, even the smallest decisions.
Many of you are not where you're supposed to be, not because you're not gifted. You have absolutely no discipline.
There are two kinds of people. There's the type of person who says, I'm going to wait till I feel like it before I do it. And then there's a person who says, I've got to do it so that I feel like it. One will never get anything done because they're still waiting to feel the moment to move. And the other person says, no, I need to move, and then I will begin to feel the moment.
We sometimes think that an epic life occurs one sunny Friday afternoon when the stars line up and something revolutionary occurs. A great life is built not by revolution. A great life is built by evolution. Small and steady wins the race. What you do every day is far more important than what you do once every decade. What you do every day is simply your life in miniature. And as you live every single day, so you're crafting your life. What you do over the next hours is really building your future. And if you can just get, and I can just get every single pocket of 24 hours right as best as we humanly can, the rest of our life is going to take care of itself.
Maybe you're in a situation right now, you're like, I hate where I am. The problem in my life is where I am. I hate my relationships. I hate the way I feel. I hate where I am. And what begins to happen to us is we start to think the problem is where we are. But your problem is not where you are. Your problem is where are you headed?
The truth is, we grow in the difficult times. That's when our character is developed. That's when we discover talent, confidence, courage that we didn't even know we had.
Trying to encourage you tonight that every gap in my life is giving me hope, that I am still becoming, that I am not done growing yet, that the story is not over. Anybody thankful that you haven't stopped growing? But this year, it doesn't have to look like last year. You can become more.
But you have to do something important. Forgive yourself. Quit dwelling on everything you've done wrong. Quit replaying your failures. Quit reliving your mistakes.
Devote yourself to something bigger. Be decisive about what you're going to do. Say, I'm going to do it, and that's it. And then be disciplined about getting it done every single day, whether you feel like it or not.
You know, a couple of years ago, man, I hit rock bottom. I really did. Everything in my life was just turning upside down, you know? And I really had to step back. and really see what I was doing. Because every time you point your finger at something, there's 3 fingers pointing back at you.
As you begin to look at yourself, you got to redefine yourself. Who are you right now? And who must you become in order to create what you want? What has to change about you? Looking at where you want to go and the kind of person that you must become, the kind of standards that you have for you. What is it that you must do differently?
So the first thing you got to do to fix something is evaluate yourself, see what's up. Do the pros and cons and everything. And when I say the pros and cons and everything, I'm talking about environments and people. Find out who you're associating with. If those people add something to you, if they give you something in return, or is it all just a give and take, meaning like they just take and then you give? That's a bad relationship, man. Get the negative energy out of your fucking life. These people that you're around, they're always complaining and everything else. They're taking part of your soul. You only have so much to give every single day. Why waste it on that, guys?
You run around with losers, you will end up a loser. Unconsciously. You will pick up their ways, you will pick up their habits, you'll pick up, most importantly, their attitude about life.
When the plane's going down, they always say, you got to put your gas mask on before you can don it on a kid. Why do they say that? Because you're no good to that kid if you're dead. You got to love yourself in order to love somebody else, guys. You got to be whole and happy with who you are if you never help somebody else out. People say, oh, it's selfish, just care about yourself. Well, if you need some fixing and reworking, it's not selfish, because you can get yourself better and then be able to really lend a hand in an honest way to somebody to really help them out. Anyone that's around you guys that's been for the last couple of years, that's always complaining and this and that, kick them to the fucking curb, man.
Many of us are living out the lives of other people, living out their conclusions, living out of their consciousness.
And if you guys are in an environment, a bad work situation, but this fucking work environment is making me a psycho, and I come home and I just want to yell and scream, and it's a bad home environment now because of my work environment, get that fucker out of there. It might be hard for a couple of weeks, but either way, you'll find a new path, a new energy, and you'll find a sense of life again. Work is not about your life. It's about earning some income to have the means to do what you love to do and with the people you love to be around. So really look at not just the fat of your stomach, but the fat in your life, the people and the environments you're in. They're negative. They don't make you a better person. You're stronger if you cut the fat, cut them loose, man. Throw them overboard.
Align yourself with people that can encourage you, people that can empower you, people that you can grow from. See, if you have people around you that can contribute to your growth, you want to align yourself with people who think like you, people who dream like you, people who want more out of life, people that are stretching and searching, as opposed to the majority of people. Somebody said, always strive to get on top in life because it's the bottom that's overcrowded. And see, you don't want to be on the bottom. See, it's easy to be on the bottom. It doesn't take any effort to be a loser. It doesn't take any motivation, any drive. But it calls on everything in you, ladies and gentlemen. You have to harness your will to say, I'm going to challenge myself.
So stay motivated, guys. Trust me, to transform yourself is so much harder than actually being in shape, okay? Find a new environment. Track your records, guys. Seeing where you are, to know where you've been, and then pacing yourselves, guys. You guys can't not do a New Year's resolution and say, hey, take an honest look about what's going on in your life. What's working, what isn't working. What isn't working, really examine it. Find out what you're doing to cause it, okay? And if it's not you causing it and you honestly think it's something else, or someone's just holding you back, guys, as much as it might hurt, cut them loose, man. Cut them loose. You're going to find such more growth and opportunity, and you become a better person, stronger person, where you're really able to help them if you want to later in life.
See, it's time now. If you want to make this your decade, you've got to start saying yes to your life. You've got to start saying yes to your dreams, yes to your unfolding future, yes to your potential. Why not? Why not me? Don't spend time like most people going through life complaining. It's okay, life knocked you down. What are you going to do about it? How long are you going to sit there and say, you know what they did to me? How long? Who wants to hear that rest? Use that energy to get up from there and move on and get on with your life.
So the reason why people don't put action behind their work and their thought process and what they're saying is because they lose the motivation. They lose that fire inside to keep the engines running. through those hurdles of life, adversity, and they get shut down, they get beat down for a lot of different reasons. Mainly because they don't have a good plan of attack. They're trying to take too much on at one time, and they don't know what they're up against, and they're just getting beat down. They're just getting overwhelmed, and they're just like, fucking, I'm out, man. It's too much for me. Because they're not seeing the results fast enough. It's a marathon, guys. It's not a sprint. You're not going to get them that fast. So what happens is people go to the gym 3-4 weeks into it. They're like, man, I look in the mirror. And I'm like, man, I'm looking a little fat. I'm done. It's not working. And that's right when everyone quits, guys. That's right when the clay is right about to get warm and transform. And everyone just throws in the fucking hat, guys. And they give up. And that's right at the point where everything's going to change. And it's a metaphor on life. Everyone climbs a mountain, and right when they're like, I can't go anymore, that last inch is going to make all the difference. And they give up. How do we keep the motivation alive, guys? One is, you got to get a partner, right? I'm going to give you 5 things. You got to get a partner. You got to track your results. You've got to find an event, in a future event that makes today reliable and accountable. 4, you've got to find a new atmosphere at times. And the 5th thing is, you've got to have the right plan of attack. If you guys mentally believe you can do it, your body will find a way to make it happen for you. If you guys have any doubt, it's too fucking hard. If you guys have any doubt you guys can't win this war, don't even try it. Because it's going to take everything you have to do it. And once you do that transformation, guys, the golden egg lasts forever. You will never lose it, I promise you that. But if you have any self-doubt, or you're relying too much on external factors to keep you motivated, you don't have the right fire in the tank, don't even try it, guys. You're wasting your time because you'll never make it across the finish line. And then what's going to happen is you're going to feel like a failure for it. Another failure on the bad list, you know?
And you can pray all day, but if you don't plant the seeds, there's no harvest. So listen to me. You got to do something about you. This isn't all rah-rah and hype and bubblegum and dreams and rainbows. You got to fix it and start do something about you. Because listen to me. Winners win and losers lose. If you got a culture in your life right now, it's okay. Some of you say to me, you don't know how messed up my life is, man. It's a mess. Listen to me. Your mess does not disqualify you from making your dream come true. You're supposed to do something great with your life. But you need to build a culture of winning in your life, where you keep the promises you make to yourself, and you get small win after small win after small win. Or you build a culture in your life of blaming other people. You're either going to be a victim or a victor, not both. Money, cars, houses. That's motivation. You play to someone's motives. But if you inspire, the root of inspire is to be in spirit. Be inspirational, not motivational. We run away from things that make us uncomfortable. You will be punished for being comfortable almost always in life. You'll be punished for comfort. You'll be rewarded for chasing uncomfortable, uncertain things. In fact, the quality of your life most of the time is going to be made up by how much uncertainty you can deal with at any given time. So let me say something to you. Why do most people not win then? I honestly believe that you get out of life what you believe you deserve. 5 years from now, you are going to get out of this life exactly what you believe you deserve to get. And that is also true of now. You got to drop this idea that you can't. You got to stop worrying about what everybody thinks about you. Because listen to me, if you spend your life worrying about what everybody thinks about you, I'm going to make you a guarantee. Nobody will think about you after you're dead. You got to rise higher. You got to want to excel. You got to go for it. You got to have some belief. The reason people don't win is fear. Fear is this most insidious, terrible disease in mankind. In fact, I believe it causes most other diseases. It pushes you further away from your dream, further away from God. It ages you. It worries you. It creates despair in your life. See, if you continue to get into your fears, you're going to continue to live an average, ordinary life, and you weren't born for that.
So as you begin to look at this decade and affirming that this is your decade, as you set goals that will make you stretch, that will bring out the best in you, as you begin to remove the negative, toxic people from your life, as you decide to take some chances in life, if you're not willing to risk, you cannot grow. And if you cannot grow, you cannot become your best. And if you cannot become your best,